Hello, this is Ruth Ann. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to do a video today. It's a haul, but it's a little different kind of haul in that these are bottles, backup bottles, strictly backup bottles, repurchases, things that I already own or recently used up that I repurchased. And the purpose of these videos really is to kind of review what are a person's favorite scents. And they love them so much. I love them so much that I've repurchased them, and a lot of these I've purchased over and over and over because that's how much I love them. Some of them are newer discoveries, some of them are old school things I've been wearing most of my life. So I'm just going to get started. In my last video, in my empties, I went over that I had finished a bottle of Bluegrass. That was a 1.7. This is a full 3.3 fluid ounce bottle of Bluegrass. This is by Elizabeth Arden. This fragrance goes back to the 40s, I believe. This is a really heady white floral perfume. It's very soapy and it has green notes in it. So it's got everything in it that I love, from the freshness, soapiness, florals. It's strong, it's long-lasting, it's not very expensive. It's a very satisfying, very ladylike. I always feel like a genteel lady when I wear this fragrance. My husband loves it. It's great for just out of the shower. It's my favorite time to wear it is in the summer. However, I wear it year-round, and I just absolutely love it. It's also really great to spray on your sheets before you get into bed if you really want that freshness and soapiness. So if you like soapy fragrances, I really recommend this. There's nothing bitter or animalic. This may have a bit of artificial civet in it, I believe, and musk, but it's not funky type of animalic notes at all. It's just very tasteful, very beautiful, and very easy on the budget. All right, so next up, I go through a couple of these a year. This is Exclamation. This is by Coty. This is an old school fragrance that was really popular when I was in high school in the 80s. Now, strangely enough, I did not wear it in the 80s, but I remember other girls wearing it. And I remember the scent wafting up and down the hallways of my high school. So this is actually formulated by Sophia Grosjean, who is one of the most famous perfumers on earth. She's one of the most successful ones who's ever lived in the last few decades. She's done many, many masterpieces. This is one of them, one of her best-selling ones. It's not very expensive. These bottles are 1.7 fluid ounces. I believe that's the only size available currently by Coty, and these are generally under $20. They are a peachy, fruity floral with a ambery, kind of a woody base. That's just endlessly beautiful, sexy, strong, long-lasting, without being super in your face or obnoxious. This is never cloying, very tasteful, but it's just beautiful. And it's got this super tacky bottle. I wish they would change that, but they're small enough you can just throw them in your purse, carry them around. Anyway, it's just beautiful. It's not even nostalgic for me because I've been wearing it so much these last couple of years. So I always try to have one or two of these around because I go through them quickly, and because the bottle's opaque, you can't see when you're getting down low. So after I've been using it a while, I just buy another one. So that is one of my backup bottles. I highly recommend this fragrance to everyone. Just beautiful. Next up, I have a good Avon classic. This is Timeless. Now, I bought it two vintage bottles that are actually from the 70s or 80s. And then I bought this new formulation, and it's the same. It really is the same. It's got that nice dark amber color, which tells you it's got a good amount of concentration in it. I'm not sure if this is EDP or EDT, to be honest with you. But it's good, long-lasting. I spray it on before bed, I can still smell it in the morning, still going strong. This is an aldehydic white floral that's similar to Chanel No. 5. However, this has a real prominent amber note. And truly, this was one of the, if not the most popular fragrance that I remember the moms wearing when I was a kid in the 70s. This was hugely popular. Every woman had this on her dresser. And but there's nothing dated smelling to me about this. And I'm not sure why it's not more popular. I know Avon's still making it, so people are still buying it. But it's just a nice white floral. It's less soapy than Chanel No. 5, but it's got amber in it. So it's just got this smooth creaminess to it. And it's just beautiful. Very classy. And I never tire, ever, of wearing it or smelling it. If you like those kinds of fragrances, I highly recommend giving this a try. This is under $10. I'm not kidding. Really, really worth every penny. Next up, I have another Avon classic. This one is Candid. And look at this. I've already gone through half the bottle. And I bought this less than a month ago. So that tells you what I think of Candid. Now, this I heard from initially on Rara Avis's channel. She's one of my absolute favorite perfume channels. And this is a white floral fragrance. However, to me, this comes off as a sandalwood fragrance. There are white florals in here, well blended, but primarily this is a sandalwood perfume. If you like sandalwood, it's got that creamy woodiness to it, classy and gorgeous. There's nothing to me that smells dated. In fact, sandalwood is very popular nowadays. Very, very popular. So I'm hoping this is going to make a bit of a comeback. It reminds me a bit of Samsara, but of course without as much depth and complexity. It's really a stripped down Samsara is how I experience this. In fact, it's very similar to Adam Levine for her. And I just happen to have it here because I'm trying to use it up. Because I have a backup bottle and now I've got this one, so I've got to use them up. So it's a bit like Adam Levine. It's the closest to this. But I would say it's a little more classy and a little more expensive smelling. The Candid is. So anyway, really like it. If you like sandalwood, you need to get your nose on this. Under $10 for this bottle, ladies. Next up, I have Windsong by Prince Matchabelli. I covered this fragrance on my channel not long ago. This was a new purchase for me, a new discovery. This was a super popular fragrance back in the 70s. Again, this was all over the TV with commercials. Windsong stays on my mind. If any of you were around there, you can also look up those commercials on YouTube. They're all over the place. Women running through fields, Windsong. Anyway, beautiful white floral fragrance. This has galbanum, so it's a more mature greenness in it that is very attractive to me, but it may be off-putting to some of you. So be careful when you purchase this. You may want to sample it. However, if you do risk buying it, get a smaller bottle. They're not very expensive. So if you don't like it, you're not out very much. It's a white floral with a lot of green notes, galbanum, and it has aldehydes. It's really long-lasting, and it's nice and strong. Really classy, beautiful fragrance that I really like, so I purchased another one. Part of it is I'm afraid that those things are going to be discontinued. I did a review of this fragrance. This is Robert Piguet Calypso. This is what I received for Christmas from my husband, and I liked it so much that I purchased 2 backup bottles. So this is a used bottle I purchased on eBay for under $20. This is a brand new 50 ml that I purchased for about $33. Both of them I purchased on eBay, and I just love Calypso so much. Now this bottle was over $100 to get the full 100 ml. These 2 I got for really good bargains. So if you keep your eye out on fragrances that are expensive, you can usually find these smaller bottles, sometimes new, sometimes used, for a really good price on eBay if you really keep your eyes peeled. And I'm really happy to have these 2 backups. I'm going to use these for traveling. Calypso is a beautiful sandalwood, creamy, sexy floral. It is gorgeous. It's one of my absolute favorites. It's definitely in my top 10. I highly recommend you take a look at Fragrantica. I've heard this described a multitude of ways, everything from, like heroin parties. I don't get that at all. I don't get clubbing or drugs or narcotics or any of that from this, but maybe that's because I've never done those things in my real life. but it's just a beautiful, sexy floral perfume with a lot of animalic notes that's just absolutely sexy and gorgeous. And then lastly, so that I don't bore you to death with this, because I've talked about this perfume so many times on my channel, look at this. I bought 3 Jovan Musks. What I'm going to say about Jovan Musk, because I've talked about it so much, is this is a classic 1970s. This was the #1 fragrance back in the day. Everyone wore this. This is a yellow musk sexy skin scent. Your skin but better. If you're going to buy this, I highly recommend you get it in the orange top bottle. All right, this is 2 fluid ounces. It does come in 3-ounce bottles that don't have the orange top. They do not last as long. These are the ones to get. This will last a good 6 to 8 hours. Safe for perfume-free zones if you do not overspray. Great on skin. Sexy as hell. Gorgeous. A little soapy. Just this is my number one favorite fragrance of all time. And I just I fear being without it. So I went and bought 3. Anyway, that is my... I'm going to take this away. That is my backup bottle collection, and I'm going to come up soon. I'm going to post a video on my latest haul of new fragrances. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.